What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Nicki Minaj has weighed in on the Carlisha Hood situation, in which her 14-year-old son previously were charged with murder. And if you've seen the video, which I will not play, a man by the name of Jeremy Brown had some sort of disagreement with Carlisha Hood. I don't know what the disagreement was about, but all I heard was the guy say something like, if you say something else, I'm gonna knock you out. And she said something else. And before she said something else, she told the kid to go into the car. Now, unluckily for Mr. Jeremy Brown, he started to beat up the woman. And I mean, punch her hard like he was a man. So this young kid comes out and courageously, after knowing all the information that I know now, saves his mother from this guy, Jeremy Brown. And of course, at first we thought like, well, we didn't have all the information, but the charges were dropped. And the woman has been getting a lot of support. A lot of the black community has been supporting her, and to a great degree, myself. The kid did the right thing. Any young man would act like that. And Nicki Minaj has called him a true hero and has offered to pay for his college tuition. But I'd like to say something that is going to get criticized. Now, I just want to read her statement, and then I'm going to say something. That 14-year-old boy that backed that hammer out when that grown-ass man was punching his mother in the face as if she were a man is a true hero. If he wants to go to college, I'd love to help. It's what any son should have done for their mother. She raised a dope kid and she'd be proud. Also, God knew before she knew that she'd be attacked that day and made sure they had protection on deck. God is good. I want to push back on that a little bit, because we always talk about how good God is. Is this woman, now it's interesting because Nicki Minaj is a husband who is convicted something else. I won't even deal with that. God is good. He is. Is this young man, where's his father at? I'm curious to know, where is the father? Obviously, there's the mother. But why wasn't she having a husband that would have protected her that day? Or maybe the husband is a good man that you don't even need to live in an area where you would encounter that situation. And so what we're doing is we're asking young black boys to protect their mom. And I'm going to be honest. When my parents got divorced, that's how I used to feel. Like, I need to go out and do something for mama. As a 14-year-old, 13-year-old, I need to become the man of the house through no fault of my own. In a way, I didn't even get a chance. I would, now that I think back on it, where was my chance to really not worry and just be a kid? I was so busy always worrying my whole adult life that I gotta take care of my mama. You know what? At 34, I went to medical school. I was so busy worried about my mother. And this is what situations happen. Sometimes our parents put us in situations in which maybe they're not directly at fault, but it's to a point where, you know, now this young kid has to come in and do something because the parents didn't plan. And I see this all too much in Black America. Young men have to come out and be their mother's protection because the daddy ain't there. The daddy was never supposed to be there. And see, this is what we need to talk about. When these young men grow up, because sometimes, not all the times do these young men know how to be men. Usually they don't. Besides protect the mama, y'all will complain that they're no good for nobody else. Ain't that what you said? On one end, she raised a dope kid because he protected his mother. But then on the other end, once that kid has no ability to produce like a man, it'll be a different discussion. And it's normal. Why does that kid even live in that neighborhood? What are the circumstances there? And I know anything can happen, but these situations are celebrated all over Black America. Oh, I'm doing the best I can and all of this and all of that. Let the husband be the shooter. Now, let me also say this. She don't owe that man no respect that's in the restaurant also. That ain't her husband. That man has no reason to hit her at all, period. I've said in the previous video, he ain't got no reason to touch that woman. I don't care what she said to him. That man caused his own life to be over. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. He don't have no reason to talk to her or hit her or touch her. But this young kid, his life is going to be completely traumatized. You can't tell me a young kid can kill somebody at 14 and don't have nightmares. From people that I know that have been in situations, they think about it all the time. That kid is scarred and she's scarred. But this whole normality of my son is my protector, it doesn't work in Black America. It doesn't work. We're going to be aiding and abetting this type of stuff. It doesn't work. I've lived in communities where it doesn't work. Nicki Minaj lived in the community where they want to get her out of that community. Because why? That thinking doesn't work. It doesn't work. Don't have no husband. The husband wasn't supposed to be there. Now this kid got to come to the defense. Some guys got to do it at night. That's why I'm going to tell you, you have so many Black young men in prison today. You want to know one of the reasons why? Trying to help their mama. Getting the drugs, getting the gangs, trying to help mom. I'm gonna tell you flat out, I saw it coming up. All the time I saw it coming up. What are you doing out here, man? Man, I'm trying to feed my mom and my family, bro. What? You 13? Yeah, man. Luckily, I had a good mom and a good infrastructure. A lot of folks didn't, even when we didn't have money. But it doesn't work, guys. This stuff doesn't work. I don't care who doesn't like it. This behavior in Black America, it does not work. This way of life, living, these young kids are your protector. It don't work. I don't care what you got to say to me about it. I don't care how mad you are. It does not work. The method is off. I've seen it. A 14-year-old shouldn't have to come out and shoot somebody over his mother because the parents should have been able to protect them from that. Or the parent should have been there where he couldn't have to live in a situation where you have to see that. That kid is scarred because of a lack of parenting. Now, things can happen anywhere, sure, but they were in an unsafe neighborhood. They're in an unsafe area. Where are the parents? And I'm talking about two. But as much as I'm gonna call that out, that young man had no business touching that woman. And the kid did the right thing. I'd have shot his ass too. I surely would. But because of the parents set these kids up situation, that's why we have the problem that we have. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Jump. Appreciate you for all you, subscribe to the bell. We're out.